Poundland's LED cinema sign. It's one of these signs that you slide the letters in to make up your own signage. And this is one of the items that is the slightly higher price. It's at £2, but actually, when you see what it's like, it's actually very good for the £2. So on the back, it's got a battery holder that takes 3 AA cells, and it was held shut by a screw, but it's got the latch, so you can get rid of the screw, which is a good thing because it's quite a fumbly little screw. There's a switch on the side, and when you turn it on, it just makes the panel light up. And it lights up quite evenly. It's not bad at all. Even in this illumination, it still looks quite bright. The letters that come with it, and it comes with, I think it was 60, did it say? Yes, 60. So ultimately, I suppose, if you wanted a word with multiples of letters, it will have probably 2 of each, I'm guessing. I could be wrong. You may have to consider buying a couple of them, but then you'd have a spare light box. So it comes with this big sheet of letters. Oh. And there's a film on these. Hold on, I'm going to try and pick that off. Yeah, there's a protective film. Does it come off easily? Yes, it does. Ish. Oh no, spoke too soon. You're right. So, yes. So it's got this protective film over it. I hope I'm supposed to peel this off. Yeah, this is all going terribly wrong, isn't it? That's good. It's always better when it goes wrong. Oh, and all the letters are coming apart, which is, to be fair, what they're supposed to do. There's just enough, they've kind of embossed this so the letters split apart, but just enough that film does seem to be intact, so it's probably easier to take it across, to take it off, all in one go. Right, okay, I'm going to give up on that bit. I shall come back to that bit later. So letters themselves, let's get some letters out. How easy do they go in? Oh, they go in quite well. The sizing is quite good. Yep, that looks pretty good. So let's get some in and then illuminate it. And then we'll open it, because that's really what we want to do in the first place. I've just dropped a pile of letters. Yes, oh, and cables flying everywhere. It's all going so well. Right. So there we go. Let's open it up now. So I'm not sure if this thing opens. I don't know if it's glued shut. Where's my spudger? Let's use unreasonable force and just start prizing at it until something gives. Where is my spudger? Oh, that's not well planned. I've misplaced my spudger. I've obviously been using it recently. It gets used quite a lot. I have. I've just got everything here at the moment. Right, okay. Here's the spudger. What is going to happen if I put it in there? Is that glued? Hard to say. Oh no, that's not glued. Oh, the batteries are just all popped out the back. Oh, this isn't that easy to open, but I don't think it is glued. Oh, that's promising. Oh, right, that's it open. A little bit of plastic has just pinged off. I don't think that was important anyway. So what's inside? We've got the battery holder. We've got a resistor, which looks like it's, is that orange brown? Can't be, that would be quite a high value. Orange brown. Surely orange black. Oh no, it's not orange, it's gold. It's, looks like, see if I can get this here. I don't know if you're going to see that. Green, brown, gold. So that green is 5, brown is 1, and gold is instead of being a multiplier, it divides by, it moves the decimal point one place to the left. So that's a 5.1 ohm resistor. And then these LED strips are just all connected in parallel. How is that stuck in? Oh, it's actually just plastic riveted in. I see these are little indents. I wonder what they're for. Interesting. So this does open up possibilities. If you wanted to convert this to a USB supply, actually let's get the bench power supply here and hook 4.5 volts up to it and see what the current is. So I'm setting this to 4.5. That's the negative end. That's let's just put the positive end on there and switch on. The current consumption is 260 milliamps divided between 10 LEDs is about 26 milliamps each. But as the voltage falls, that will gradually reduce. So if you're using rechargeable cells, the current would be about 160 milliamps, therefore 10 milliamps per LED. So a set of nickel metal hydride rechargeable cells might be a better option for this, and it would result in a very long runtime. So that's quite neat. There are also the possibilities you could use a USB power supply. I think if I was bringing a USB power supply into this to drop the voltage, I'd keep this existing resistor, but I might also stick a couple of diodes, standard 1 amp diodes in series, because each diode would drop roughly half to 1 volt, so it would bring the voltage down a bit to reduce the current through the LEDs. The other possibility, you could rip these circuit boards out and you could get the LED tape, the 12 volt stuff, and you could stick some sections of it in. But the illumination is actually surprisingly even. I'm wondering where that bit of plastic pinged off. Oh, it pinged off from one of the little side bits. Oh, that's no great deal. It's not going to stop it from working. So yeah, it's actually not bad for money. It's really not bad at all as a sort of general purpose little light box. It seems to light quite evenly. And the design inside is just fairly typical of what you'd expect. Just an array of parallel LEDs. So it's really not bad at all. So here's the sign lit, and I have to say it looks quite evenly illuminated. It's quite smart. I was originally going to put Electroboom in, and I started putting it in, then realised that Electroboom has 3 O's, and you don't get 3 O's with the kit. Even the numbers, the one of the O's is basically going to double up as a number if you need a 0. So then I thought, that's okay, I'll do Great Scott instead. But the channel Great Scott has got 3 T's in it, so that didn't work either. And then I thought, Julian Eyelet, no, it's got 3 L's. So that didn't work. So Big Clive it is then. So if you do want to get one of these from Poundland and you have a word that has X number of letters, you know it's going to have more than 2 of each letter, then you are probably better getting 2 of these units at the same time, just because it's the cheapest way to get a complete set of 60 letters. Now you can fit up to 6 of these letters side by side, but if you want to get more in, that would be at the spacing just end to end. You can smush them up, you can overlap them. There's enough room, said Clive. Then completely failed to overlap, there we go. There's enough room to actually overlap the letters that you could fit a lot more in if you just squeeze them up to each other. So you could probably get up to about 8 letters, I would say, if you did that. So it's quite smart. It's quite a nice ornamental thing. It lights quite evenly. There's scope for changing the colour if you wanted, or changing the sort of voltage, running it off an adapter instead of batteries, though it should run for a good length of time in a set of rechargeable batteries. So it's got uses, actual practical uses, as well as just sort of fun and novelty uses. So it really is quite a neat little sign.